But of that day and hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. That's a significant line in the gospel, I think. Just hold on to it. I think we would all agree that have been living in some crazy times. And I don't know about you, but I even get nervous in the morning turning on the radio anymore to listen to traffic because I'm almost afraid of what I'm going to hear. And daily from my clients, I hear about stress and anxiety and depression and anger, just a wide variety of things. And one of my clients recently astutely told me, she was very upset, and she said, nothing seems normal, and that just isn't normal. People seem to be allowing themselves to be almost sucked into all kinds of drama. And the most interesting thing to me is that much of the drama has nothing to do with them. It's other people's stuff. So things can be and seem just out of sorts. And I think in some ways we're struggling to feel control of something that we can kind of call and see as normal. Because normal is comfortable. Normal reduces anxiety and uneasiness, and normal can help us focus. In the Gospels, these last 9 weeks, I think the disciples have been kind of seeking some surety, normalcy, whatever you want to call it, as to what's going to happen next with Jesus. Something they can say would be comfortable or normal. They've been with Jesus. Jesus has been teaching. He's been telling them what they need to do, what to expect. They've been watching. They're understanding what it is to serve rather than to be served. To give not just a little, but everything in order to follow. But I think the disciples, in some ways, don't really get it. Or if they do, perhaps that they're in maybe a little bit of denial or rationalizing what they're hearing as the message may be leading them to feel uneasy as these last 9 weeks we see Jesus heading toward Jerusalem. What's being asked of them is not what they were doing when they all started. It wasn't their normal. Most of these guys were fishermen. And what he's saying is going to happen must be leading them to feel insecure, uncertain, unsure. So they're trying to make this message as comfortable as possible. So they're being practical in their thinking and interpreting what Jesus is saying. And over these last 9 weeks, we've certainly heard the wondering, who's the best? Or can I sit on your right or your left? Or I know what the rules are, but I don't know if I'm ready to give it all up quite yet. They're trying to hold on to what they know because they're uncertain, and perhaps, again, there's some fear of what's being asked of them by Jesus. That would be normal. Are we any different? Don't we like to be sure? Don't we want the information? So the question today is, have we listened, or do we understand the message of these last 9 weeks? He's asking us if we're ready to do as directed daily as disciples. Because at some point, we're going to be accountable for that discipleship. My friends, we're good, we're great at getting ready when the train's coming. People suddenly find God in crisis all the time. But if we wait, we're too late. We're going to miss God's moment. So what does Jesus say about that last hour again? No one knows when it's coming. Not me, only my Father, and he's not telling me either. That's huge for us. Doesn't mean we have time, but it means we need to kind of get busy. And we need to do what we need to do is to be disciple. So it's a reminder. It's about living this discipleship daily, now and every moment, being proactive and attentive in what we're called to do as Christians, as Catholics, to serve one another, to love one another with all that entails. So we can look at this. Fall is a great time of change. And it's a good time to prepare ourselves, to perhaps look at how we're fulfilling our mission in this life as Christian and what our vocations may be. The question I have maybe a little bit is, all the uneasiness we're feeling now stemming from how disjointed society feels, or maybe in some ways some of the uneasiness we may feel in our faith may be because we realize we're kind of out of sync with where we're supposed to be as disciples. Again, have we been paying attention to the gospel these last 9 weeks? Our preparation is important. Focus on the moments we are asked to be in. Focus on the moments we're in our daily lives. Ask ourselves every day, what's God calling me to do today, now, this moment, right now, for the people I see? I don't have yesterday, it's gone. Tomorrow may not be here either. Why? Because we don't know what the time will be. But I do have today. What do I do today? This moment that brings forth that discipleship. That's a little easier, I think, because it kind of gets you to stop worrying too much about what hasn't happened yet. You can't change what's not been. You can't change what's already happened. Be in the moment. Commit daily to follow your baptismal call, to be disciple. We need to overcome any doubt or fear, again, as to what's next as we're on this road to Jerusalem as well. We all have the opportunity to make a choice to say yes and follow like Bartimaeus did, but we also have that moment right now to choose to go away disappointed, like the rich man that had too much and he couldn't give it up. We need to make an effort to give freely of what we have, like the woman who gave her last coin. It's a daily challenge and choice to be ready. And my friends, it's not easy. It will require us to sacrifice, especially when we're overwhelmed and distracted by so many things that make our lives hard. And life is hard. Our discipleship is hard. And it's supposed to be. If there's one thing in Scripture I think Jesus makes pretty clear in all of the Gospels, this journey we're on here is hard. It's a challenge. Embrace that challenge to overcome. Our struggle, our strength is moving through our lives without losing sight that through it all, God is with us. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. If we've chosen to follow his example and be his disciples, then what he promises for us is the glory of his kingdom. If we truly believe in who Jesus is, then we willingly take on his mission to follow him. And my brothers and sisters, if we do that, then there's no need for fear, because we will be ready when God's time comes.